what that music say?
Yes, sir, Amos. That music say good health to all from Rehearsal.
The Amos and Andy Show with Ernestine Wade, Lou Lubin, Johnny Lee, Lillian Randolph, Amanda Randolph, Roy Glenn, Corny Anderson, Dorothy Dandridge, Jeff Alexander's music, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Amos. Not long ago, I had the great pleasure of going through Rexall's big laboratories. And I saw for myself how Rexall scientists are constantly working to make Rexall drug products better and better. And how these drug products are scientifically tested every step of the way for purity and reliability. Yes, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Well, last week, the Kingfish got his mother-in-law married to a bigamist, Hubert Smithers. So far, Sapphire and her mother are still under the impression that he's a millionaire. The wedding party has driven down to New York from Connecticut to attend the wedding reception that's being held in the Kingfish's apartment. The Kingfish has decided to take the bull by the horns, tell Sapphire the truth about Smithers, and take the consequences. He's waiting in the bedroom for her now.
Oh, well, Sapphire. Well, I'm going to do it. When she get in here, I'm going to tell her the truth. I'm going to tell her that Mr. Smithers is a bigamist. And it's my fault that her mama married him. But I didn't mean to do it. It was all a mistake. I tried to break the thing up, and that's all. Oh, it's you, Sapphire. Honey, listen. I want to tell you something.
Well, before you do, George, I want you to know this is one of the happiest days of my whole life. My husband. Yes, he's a millionaire, and just think he's going to take care of all of us. Our worries is over. And, George, you and you alone is responsible for getting her this man. I want you to know how happy I is, and I ain't never been proud of you in my whole life for doing a job like this. Now, what did you want to say to me, George?
Do you think we ought to put a little more lemon juice in the punch?
George, you've been acting strange all the way down from Connecticut. I could have swore coming over the Triborough Bridge you tried to push Mr. Smithers out the car.
No, I just opened the door there so he could get a better view of the river. Anyway, I couldn't do nothing with that 12-foot fence there. I'm going to push the man over that thing.
Well, I still don't like the way you was acting. This is my mama's wedding reception. They're leaving on the honeymoon in a half hour, and I want you to mingle with our guests and be gay and charming.
What do you mean I is gay and charming? Ha, ha, ha.
You ain't gay and charming. Ha, ha, ha.
Listen, I gay and charming as the Cajun warrant. After all, this ain't no New Orleans Mardi Gras, you know.
George Stevens, I told you this was one of the happiest days of my life, and I'm trying to be patient with you. But if you don't get out there and be gay and charming, I'm going to break every bone in your body.
Now, look, honey, I know that I ain't been laughing like that clown Pugliacci, but there's a reason for it. You see, honey...
Good heavens, something must have happened in the living room. Come on, George. Good heavens! Mr. Smithers, what's Mama doing on the floor?
Oh, my sweet little bride done got up on the piano stool to throw her bouquet, and she slipped and went right through the keyboard.
Keyboard, huh? I thought for a minute those was the teeth laying on the floor there.
Oh, dear.
Is she dead, Mrs. Smithers?
No, it's just her ankle.
Oh, me for a second there. I thought I had her out.
Mama, speak to me. Is you all right?
Oh, my ankle. I think it's broken.
Oh, George, I'm afraid Mama's hurt bad.
Yeah, sound that way. The last time I heard anything like that was down at the zoo when the rhinoceros got his leg caught in the bars down there.
George, I think you better phone the hospital for an ambulance.
Yeah, let me get on the phone here right quick. Listen, operator, get me to the hospital. I need an ambulance, 134th Street in Lenox. Yeah, tell them to send the ambulance right over. My mother-in-law is lying on the floor. They may have to lift her. Tell them to bring a block and tackle, too. Yes, Anna, I was just about to tell Sapphire about Mr. Smithers being a bigamist when her mama took a power dive through the piano.
Yeah, well, I guess Mr. Steinway never figured on a load like that landing on his piano. Where's your mom-in-law now?
Well, they took the old parrot over to the polyclinic hospital. Her ankle is cracked, and they got a leg hung up with a rope. I wish I could work out a deal like that for the other end of her.
Yeah. You ain't told him yet about Mr. Smithers being a bigamist, huh?
No, Andy. The doctor said the old lady gonna be in the hospital there for a week. With that lucky break, I got 5 days to figure some way out of this mess, you see. I gotta face it, Andy. When I break the news to Sapphire, I gonna be up there in the fracture ward with so many ropes on me that I gonna look like Howdy Doody. That's how I gonna look.
Yeah, well, with your brain and 5 days to operate, Kingfish, you ought to be able to find some way out of this mess.
Yeah, I got it, 'cause I was the one who was responsible for her marrying Smithers.
Yeah.
It's all my fault, but with her in the hospital, you see, I can breathe easier for a while. 'Cause I was the only one that knows Smithers is a bigamist. See, there ain't no other way that she can find the thing out.
Oh, no, here. Hey, wait a minute, Kingfish. Look out the window there. That fella coming across the street.
Which one is that?
The fella with the big hat and the cowboy boots. Wonder what he's doing up here. This ain't exactly no cattle country.
Yeah, he must be from the rodeo down at Madison Square Garden. Hey, look here, he coming in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe gonna give us a couple of passes. Yeah, can't tell. Well, I wonder who in the world. Come in.
Excuse me, partners.
How you do, sir? I take it you from the rodeo down at the garden, huh?
Nope, I ain't from no rodeo, partner.
One of them cowpokes from the movies?
Nope, I ain't from the movies.
Well, you're a little old to be wearing a Hopalong Cassidy outfit.
I wear this outfit in my business.
Your business, huh?
Yep, I'm deputy sheriff.
Uh-oh.
Deputy Sheriff, you know, it's funny, my friend and I just come back from the boat where we see George Stevens and Andy Brown off on a long voyage.
Yeah, which they ain't never coming back from, neither.
Well, I ain't looking for none of them fellas. I'm the deputy sheriff from Alameda County, Texas. I'm up here looking for a coyote named Hubert Smithers. The man's a bigamist.
And you come up here to arrest him, huh?
Yeah, if we don't cotton to no wholesale matrimony down in Texas. The New York police give me the address of this Miss Smith he just married up here. Landlady over at the apartment says some fella named Kingfish might give me this critter Smithers' whereabouts.
Well, the critter ain't here right now, Miss Deputy.
Yeah, I think he took a boat trip, too.
Now listen, I'm from Texas. I might be in a foreign country, but I know when someone's stalling. Now, I want this fella Smithers here by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to the New York police and have that Miss Smith arrested as an accessory before the fact.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Jay. You can't let a thing like this get into court. You can't stigmatize the family name like that.
Listen, I want that man here by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Understand?
Yes. Holy smoke, Andy. If he arrests Smithers, the whole story will come out. There'll be pictures in the paper and everything. Sapphire will not only find out, but the family will be disgraced. They'll never forgive me for this, because the whole thing is my fault.
Yeah, you is really in trouble this time.
Oh, I tell you, Ann, if I ever introduce my mother-in-law to another male, it's either going to be a Boy Scout or a Cocker Spaniel.
Good evening. This is your Rexall family druggist speaking to you for the 10,000 independent druggists who have made the word Rexall part of our own store names and who recommend and sell the 2,000 or more drug products made with the Rexall Drug Company. Like Bismarex, for example. This famous Rexall antacid gives fast, continuous, and prolonged relief from acid indigestion. Often neutralizes excess stomach acidity in less than 1 minute. Ask for Bismarex, Bisma-Rex, Bismarex, at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
Oh, me and it's 8:45. That Texas sheriff is going to be here at the Lodge Hall any minute.
Yeah, and you can't let him arrest Mr. Smithers or you was finished. What you planning on telling him, Kingfish?
Well, I don't know, but I got to think of something. Them Texas fellas is rough. If he goes for a 6-gun, I'll liable to end up with some wide open spaces between my eyes. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, Andy. Oh, me. Andy, I'm shaking like a leaf. It's the sheriff. Say something nice about me at the funeral, Andy. Come in. Hiya, fellas.
Hey, Kingfish, it ain't the sheriff. It's Calhoun, the lawyer.
Holy smokes. You was expecting an atom bomb and a BB gun shows up. Listen, Calhoun, I'm glad you dropped in here, though. I need some legal advice like I ain't never needed before.
Now, wait a minute, Kingfish. You've been getting too much free legal advice from me under the guise of friendship. I is a bona fide attorney, and I cannot give advice without a suitable retainer. A member of my honor profession can't give advice without the proper fee. You cannot benefit from my vast legal knowledge without the proper compensation therefore.
Well, you can, huh?
No. Just slip me 35 cents and start talking.
Calhoun, you know that my mother-in-law married that fellow Smithers who was a bigamist?
That I know.
And you know that if Sapphire find out, she gonna kill me because it was my fault?
That I know.
Now, what I want to do know is, what did the sheriff come in here with a 6-gun, what are they gonna do?
That I don't know.
Look, Calhoun, if the sheriff arrests Mr. Smithers, the thing is going to get in the papers, and then the Kingfish and Sapphire and her mama is going to be disgraced, and then she's really going to work on the Kingfish.
Yeah, Calhoun, what in the world can I tell this deputy sheriff when he gets here? I can't let him arrest Smithers. What in the world can I do?
Well, if Smithers wasn't around, he couldn't arrest him, could he? Suppose you was to tell him that something happened to Smithers on his honeymoon and that the man is now among the unliving.
Yeah. Tell him old Smithers done kicked the bucket and met with an unforeseen accident when he was on his honeymoon, say, up at Niagara Falls.
Yeah, that ought to work, Kingfish. If he think Mr. Smithers was decreased, he'd go back to Texas, and that'd still give you time to work out of the mess.
Yeah, Calhoun, despite the handicap of having to work with your brain, you was one of the greatest lawyers I done ever met.
Yeah, but I had a little setback on one case this week, and my client ended up in the clink.
What happened?
Take it slow.
Well, one of those things. I went into court. I had 2 witnesses to prove that my client wasn't at the scene of the murder. I proved he never even owned a pistol. I proved he wasn't familiar with firearms and couldn't shoot a gun if he had to. I had one of the most airtight murder defenses in the history of American law.
Well, then how come you lost?
When I got in there, I found out my client was trying for forgery.
Oh, and I just spotted that Texas sheriff coming across the street. Now you got the thing straight, ain't you?
Yeah, we tell him that Mr. Smithers met with an accident on his honeymoon.
Yeah, tell him that we just got word of it this morning. You're coming down the hall. Punch yourself in the nose, Dan, and work up a few tears. Yeah, that's it. Oh, come in. Oh, me.
Suffer.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Sheriff. Excuse me and my friend here for wailing and moaning like this, but the Grim Reaper just caught my father-in-law in the thrashing machine. I just getting here, up here, sitting here, drinking in my cup of sorrow. Drinking in my cup of sorrow.
Now, wait a minute. It wasn't this other critter's father-in-law. What's he crying about?
Well, I never likes to see a fella drink alone.
Now, hold on here. Things is moving a mite too fast for this Texas boy.
Me.
Now, there wasn't nothing wrong with this Smithers critter when I talked with y'all yesterday.
Well, it surprised us, too. We wasn't prepared neither for this untimely bucket kicking.
Yeah, the thing done happened on his honeymoon. Kind of put a damper on the whole affair.
On his honeymoon?
Yeah, you see, they went up to Niagara Falls, and while he was leaning over admiring the beauty of the falls, the maid of the mist backed up on him, and you can take it from there.
You mean he went down Niagara Falls?
Faster than the Brussels sprout down a garbage disposal.
Yeah, they say he shot them rapids without ever hitting the water.
I ain't never heard of nothing like this in all my born days. Have they located the poor victim?
Well, we got a clue from a sawmill along the St. Lawrence River. Seems this morning they processed a log wearing a cutaway coat.
Course, we ain't sure it was him.
No, but I'll tell you one thing. As I go through life, I ain't never going to be able to look at a piece of knotty pine without thinking of my poor father-in-law.
Well, you know, I didn't believe y'all at first, but I can see by your grief that this thing's really done hit you hard. No man wouldn't josh about a thing like this.
No, he on the level. It's sad.
Well, so old Smithers has been called to the last roundup.
Yeah.
You know, we had quite a file on him down in Texas.
Yeah.
Over the past 30 years, he must have married 24 women. Met most of them through Lonely Hearts Club. Well, I guess I better be moving off. If you're ever down in Texas, drop in and say howdy.
Howdy. Yeah, well, thanks for calling, then. Up here at the apartment by myself. Yeah, Sapphire's over at the hospital with her mama. Well, the old gal will be in there for at least a week, so That'd give me plenty of time to work out this mess, now that we got rid of the sheriff. Yeah, well, if you want to see send the old gal in the flowers, she'll be at the Polyclinic Hospital, room 418. Yeah, that's up there on the 4th floor of the orthopedic ward. Yeah, well, I thought that in the morning I'd get busy and... Wait a minute, there's the front door, Andy. I'll speak to you later. So long. Yes, ma'am. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman named Ramona Smith. I saw this wedding announcement in the paper about her marrying a Mr. Hubert Smithers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But what you want to see about?
Well, you see, I'd like to talk to her. You see, my name is Mrs. Hubert Smithers.
Pardon me. Pick up my cigar here. I must have been it cleaning, too.
You see, I married this Hubert Smithers years ago down in Texas. I met him through a Lonely Heart Club, and then one day he disappeared, and I've been trying to locate him ever since. And I had a hunch that this might be the same man. He's a short man, about 5'7", and wears glasses.
Oh, no, this ain't the same man. This Hubert Smithers is married my mother-in-law. Is about 7 feet tall and got eyes on him like an eagle, and besides that, he went over Niagara Falls.
Well, I don't know about this. I just feel in my bones that this Hubert Smithers is my husband. I wonder if I could see your mother-in-law, and maybe we could straighten it out.
Oh, no, the worst thing that could happen is you talking to her. Well, I mean, she ain't here. She done left on an ocean voyage, and incidentally, don't come back here no more, because we all moving to California in the morning. You get out here now, please.
Well, thank you anyway. I do so want to locate Hubert, though. You see, he always told me I was the only woman he ever loved.
Yeah.
Well, I better be going.
Yeah.
I need a good night's sleep because I have to be on the job in the morning.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah. I'm a nurse at the Polyclinic Hospital. I've been assigned to the 4th floor, the orthopedic ward. Oh, good heavens, you bit your cigar into again.
Cigar, nothing. That's part of my lip.
Now, here's your Rexall family druggist.
Last week, a customer said to me,
I wish I knew some way to be sure I'm getting enough vitamins. Some way that's easy. Yes, and inexpensive, too.
why, ma'am, millions of people know how to do that. They take Rexall Plenamins.
Plenamins?
Rexall's popular multivitamin capsules. Just 2 Plenamins a day give you more than your minimum daily requirement of every vitamin for which such requirements have been established.
Well, you can't expect much more than that.
Yet Plenamins do give you more than that, for they also contain valuable liver concentrate and iron, plus other factors of the vitamin B complex.
Say, they must be expensive.
On the contrary, ma'am, Rexall Plenamins cost you only a few pennies per day. Ask for Plenamins, Plenamins, Plenamins at Rexall drugstores everywhere. And remember, you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Oh, me, I come down here to the large hall tonight, see if I can figure out some way out of this dilemma. When that nurse goes on duty at the hospital in the morning and runs into my mom-in-law, and they find out they're both married to Hubert Smithers, it's curtains for me. I don't know why.
Well, I'll be doggone if it ain't. I would hire Kink.
Oh, Shorty the barber, what you doing down here this time of the night?
I just come from the movies with my gal. She wanted to sit up in the balcony so she could get some smooching. And boy, did she enjoy herself.
Oh, she did, huh?
Yeah, she met a lot of nice fellas up there.
Yeah, well, Shorty, I was reached the end of my rope. I think I was in the clear on this mother-in-law thing, but one of Smithers' ex-wives is a nurse at the hospital where my mother-in-law is staying, and tomorrow they're going to run into each other for sure.
Oh, that's terrible, Kingfish. Then she'll know that you done married her to a bigamist show.
Yeah, all my goose is cooked, fricasseed, and parboiled. I didn't mess with this.
Well, now, let's see here. Maybe you could get rid of the nurse. No, that ain't no good. Wait a minute, I got it. Maybe there's some way that you can get your mother-in-law out of the hospital.
Yeah, well, how could I do that? The doctor done told her that she's going to have to stay there for another 4 days, and she impressed by him. He's a big-shot doctor, you know. She wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, but what if some specialist told her that it would be better for her to recuperate at home?
Yeah, well, where could I... wait a minute. My mother-in-law has seen Andy only from a distance, but she ain't never met him face-to-face. Yeah, I think I got my specialist, Dr. Andrew H. Brown.
Yeah, that's it. And to play it safe, have him wear one of them surgical masks on his face like the doctors wear, you see.
Yeah, that's what I do. Why is I always in trouble? Look at you, Shorty. You never gets in no trouble. You lives a good, clean life. You got a good business, money in the bank. How do you do it, Shorty?
Oh, it's very simple. I got a philosophy of life that I always try to live by the golden rule. I always extend a helping hand. I always drink Hadacol.
Well, then, here's the full flow of the hospital here. Now, we got to sneak in down the corridor to my mom-in-law's room, 418.
Yeah, you think I look like a real Dr. Kingfish?
Yes, Andy. You got that real surgical gown on you there and everything. You look like a real doctor, sure you do.
And you say I'm supposed to be a big specialist from Vienna, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Andy. Now, you just got off the boat.
Yeah.
Now, look here, now, to make the thing look legitimate, you don't speak no English, see? You just talk German to the old gal.
Well, now listen, I got enough trouble getting a grip on English. I gonna speak some foreign language.
Simple, Andy. When you meet somebody, you just say Gesundheit.
Oh.
And no is nein, and yes is ja. That's all there is to the German language, Andy.
I wonder why them college students take 4 years to learn the thing.
Never mind that, Andy. I'll do all the talking there. All you got to do is to say ja and nein in the right places.
Okay, I's all set. Let's get down to the old lady's room.
All right, now here. Hold this bread knife in your hand. In case you meet any inquisitive nurses in the hall, why, they'll think you just come from operation.
Yeah, okay. Lead the way.
Yeah, come on right down here now. This is it. Yeah, you look fine. Now, don't worry. Hold your head high. Now, here we is, room 418. Right in there. Now, Andy, give it the full German treatment. Click your heels when you was introduced and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, open the door.
Here we go. Good morning, mother-in-law, dear. It's your darling son-in-law, Georgie.
Well, George, I've been wondering when you was coming down to see me.
Well, Mama, I want you to have the best medical advice, so I brung along a doctor with me. This distinguished-looking gentleman here is none other than the famed Vienna surgeon, Dr. Hugo von Braunspiegel from the big Viennese Medical College at Liederkranz U.
Oh, how do you do, Doctor?
Gesundheit.
Ups the daisy. The doctor done overclicked himself here. He done fell right down on the floor. Yeah, he just off the boat and he ain't got his sea legs yet. Yeah, that's it, Doctor. Let me brush off here. Doctor, you done looked at the x-rays of my mom-in-law's case, ain't you?
Yeah.
And you has done diagnosed it as a serious contusion of the panatella, ain't you?
Yeah.
And you has done noticed that overlapping due to the thickening of the tibia, ain't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the greatest medical brains in Europe there?
Well, my doctor said, though, I'm supposed to stay in the hospital for a few more days.
Well, Dr. von Braunspiegel here disagrees completely with the diagnosis. Doctor, does you feel that my mother-in-law should stay here in the hospital?
Yeah.
Doctor, let me put the question another way. Does you feel that my mother-in-law should go home right now?
9.
Excuse me a minute, Mama-in-law, dear. Und Dr. Braunspiegel. I would like for you to come over behind the screen a minute and consulate with me.
What's the matter, Kingfish? Did I say something wrong?
Listen, you stupid dummy. You done used the wrong word. I was trying to get her out of here so that she'll go home and won't run into that nurse. Now, let's go back here and for heaven's sake use the right word like I explained to you.
Oh, yeah, I know. I got a little mixed up. I got it now.
Was there anything wrong?
All straightened out now, Mama-in-law, dear. Now, Dr. Braunspiegel, does you think my mama-in-law should stay here in the hospital?
Gesundheit.
Yeah. Mama, I think you'll have to excuse the doctor. Like I say, he just got off the boat, and I think he still got his sea brains, too, you see. Look, the gist of what the doctor's trying to say is that what he thinks is bad for you to stay here in the hospital. He wants you to go home and recuperate there, and the quicker the better. Now, you just get your can there and hobble out, get in the taxi cab, get on home there, Mama.
Well, I don't know, but if the doctor says so. Well, look here, it's Amos.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Smith. I dropped in to bring in some flowers. Oh, hiya, Kingfish. And say, Andy, what you doing here in that silly-looking outfit?
Kingfish, what I say in German now?
Look, Amos, wait out in the hall there, will you?
Hey, Amos, you know this man here?
Why, sure. You know Andy Brown, one of the Kingfish's best friends. Say, Kingfish, Andy, why is y'all looking at me that way? Did I say something wrong?
George, what's the meaning of this?
You see, Mama-in-law, dear, we was just having a little joke here. I mean, the thing was, I told Amos...
Well, I don't think it's no joke trying to get me out of the hospital. Why did you try to do a thing like that?
Well, sorry, I only dropped in. I guess I put my foot in it there. I don't usually do things like that.
Yeah, you ought to be more careful, Amos.
Hey, by the way, I was talking to the nurse on the floor here, and she just come on duty. Funny thing, her name is Mrs. Smithers, too. She says she's coming in here and have a long chat with you in a few minutes. Amos, why don't you go and throw yourself under your taxi cab?
There's something mighty funny going on around here. A nurse on the floor named Miss Smithers, and you trying to get me out of the hospital? Hand me that phone. I'm calling Sapphire. I want to get at the bottom of this. Amos, you tell that nurse to get in here right away. And George, you make one step for that door and I'll hit you with this cane.
Oh, me, Amos, you better tell one of the doctors to step in here. I think we gonna need him, too.
Well, I don't care what you say. He's my husband. I was married to him a week ago.
He's my husband because I married him first. And furthermore, I have a responsible position here at the polyclinic. And if
But you had him declared legally dead, so I has got prior rights.
Well, now, wait a minute, Chuck.
You shut up, you bum. I'll take care of you later.
Now, wait a minute. Just wait a minute. If everybody will be calm, I think we can settle this. We don't want no scandal.
But he's my man, and I'm going to get him.
He's my man, and I'm going to get him.
George, where's Mr. Smithers at now?
Well, I done called him up and explained the whole situation. I told him that we're going to have to settle this thing, and we'd have to make up his mind which one he wanted, your mama or the nurse.
What'd he say?
Well, he thunk it over a minute, and then he said that he done come to a decision. He was going down to the railroad station and buy 2 tickets, and then he going to take the one he loves down to Florida with him.
The one he loves? Well, that's me.
It is not. It's me. He said I'm the only woman he ever loved. I'm going down to that station.
Well, so am I. Sapphire, give me my cane. Help me up here, honey. I'll show you that I's the one he loves.
And I'll show you that I...
Don't you shout at me!
Well, darling, it was a hard decision to make, but I'm happy I made it. And here we is, dear. I'm going down to Florida with you, the one I love. And from now on, our marriage is going to be a beautiful dream.
Oh, it's wonderful, Mr. Smithers. And to think we only met last night at the Lonely Hearts Club.
Again, here's your Rexall family druggist.
Do you buy one product to use as a mouthwash, another as a gargle, and yet another as a breath deodorant? You needn't, you know, because Rexall MI31 does all 3 jobs with equal effectiveness. Used full strength, tangy amber-colored MI31 kills contacted germs in seconds, leaves your mouth feeling clean and refreshed. Ask for Rexall MI31 at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to visit your friendly Rexall drugstore. Good night.
See you next Sunday.
Hiya, beautiful.
Get lost, Bristlepuss. You need a shave.
But I have shaved. What else can I do?
Silly boy, you can go Stag.
Go Stag? Why?
Because Stag is Rexall's exclusive line of men's good grooming aids, like Stag Brushless Shave Cream. No fuss, no massage, just smooth it on and presto, you get a clean, close, face-happy shave. Join the Stag line at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
Yes. To make girls care. Go Stag.
Be sure to be with us next Sunday at this time when your Rexall druggist will again present the Amos and Andy Show, which is written by Joe Conley, Bob Mosher, and Bob Ross. Stay tuned for the Edgar Berg and Charlie McCarthy program, which follows immediately over most of these stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.